Alright, hello guys, welcome to the Wild Earth Child. We are doing a reading on what you need to hear right now. So we're going to see what comes out. This could have to do with anything that's going on in your life right now. We'll see what comes through. All my social medias will be in the description below if you're interested in seeing me on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. I do readings on Twitter quite often. Maybe eventually I'll start on Instagram. I don't know. We'll see. Or even TikTok, maybe too. It's just a lot of remembering. But if you want to see more from me, I will also have some of my links down below from more of my personal stuff and other stuff that I do outside of tarot, psychic, whatever you want to call it. And we have these 3 piles right here. Timestamps will be in the description below, and I'll see you at your pile. Alright, pile 1, if this is what you chose, the 6 of Swords reversed, this is going to be your reading for what you need to hear right now. Already off of the overall energy, I feel like maybe there's something that you're unable to move on from, a change you're unable to make, something about not being able to move forward from something. We're gonna see though. Here we go with the chaotic shuffling. This is what you come here for. Okay. Lovely. Okay, that works. She's shuffled. All right. Let's see. What does pile 1 need to hear right now? Let's see what's going to come through. 10 of Cups reversed. So you might not be very happy with where your life is right now. Could feel very unfulfilled. Oh, you could be in a place where you're very detached right now. Just emotionally detached. You could be lacking motivation. You could be maybe closed off from others even. 3 of Cups. 3 of Cups is usually about friendships and having a good time. Let me see. Clarify. 3 Swords. 5 of Wands reversed. I feel like you're at a point where it's like I'm hearing just like I'm done, I'm over it. Let's see what that's about. It's almost like a sort of surrendering. To what though? Ace of Swords first. There could be a situation that has to do with like people you interact with or a social circle or something like that. I need to clarify. Clarify the 10 of Cups and 3 Swords for me. Page of Cups. So there could be some sort of something has happened in love, or maybe just in general you've had some bad situations happen in love. Justice. Maybe somebody did you wrong, or maybe more than one person even. But because especially with the 3 Cups here, that's like that could be more than that could be like multiple people. I feel like, yeah, there's something here that has happened that you're having a hard time moving on from. See, look. Chariot's all about moving on, and it's in reverse. There's something here that you can't let go of that has happened. Somebody who wronged you, or this could be in love. This could also just be people in general, friends, family, possibly. It might be different for everybody, but it does feel like there's some sort of betrayal here. All right. Let's see, what does pile 1 need to hear right now? 4 of Pentacles reversed. Seven of Wands. Two of Wands. Sorry you guys can't see me shuffle through these cards usually. This table is pretty small. But I hope that you don't mind that. Anyway, planning. You're definitely in a guarded place right now, for sure. I do get sort of a stubborn energy from you guys right now, which is fine. Sometimes we gotta stand on business a little bit. But I do think that at this point, just be careful about holding yourself back too much or self-sabotaging. I'm getting. I feel like we don't necessarily need to forgive people. I know that that's an unconventional thing to say, and people, you know, it's against what people always want to tell you, that, oh, you should forgive but never forget. Well, you don't necessarily have to forgive either. You don't need to let it hold you back. You can move on and keep somebody, you know, on your shit list. I really think that we should stay away from the stigma that, like, oh, we should just, like, live and let live and, like, forgive everybody and it's fine. Like, you don't ever have to forget. Like, no shit, that's just a given. I'm not gonna forget that they did this crazy thing to me. Like, obviously, I hate that people say that. It's like, no, you know what? You don't necessarily have to forgive. We do have to move on, yes, but we also don't have to move on right away. Sometimes we have to, like, let ourselves wallow. It's fine. Don't let other people tell you, like, to get over stuff, or you're being the victim. Now, if you really, really do get yourself into a victim narrative, I suggest we, you know, you give yourself enough of a balance where it's like, you know, you have your wallow time, and then you have your time where you're like, you know, we can hold some gratitude in life, or we can, you know, play some video games or watch some Disney movies, or, you know, do things that we still like to do. Not, like, life doesn't have to just be a black hole or an abyss, because, you know, people do shitty things, which they do, and I'm not acknowledging the lack of that fact. Or did I say that right? Whatever. You know what I mean. But I do feel like it's okay to have a little bit of a grudge. It is. Holding on to it forever might not be, you know, the best thing to do, but we also don't ever, like, the thing about, I don't know why forgiveness is coming up here. Maybe this is, like, something you guys needed, but the thing about forgiveness with everybody is that we all define it differently. What is forgiveness to anybody? Everybody will tell you a different thing about it. Forgiveness to some people means, like say an ex, you break up with an ex or something, and then you just become friends with them, which I feel like is not that common, because, hello, like, let's be so real. How easy is it to be friends with someone you were so intimate with? But that's besides the point. Like, yeah, say you and your ex fall off and then you guys become friends. So some people, that's forgiveness. Other people, it could be, you know, moving on in silence and never talking to them again. Other people, it could even be like, you know, like, you did this shitty thing. I don't have feelings for you anymore. And I don't want you around me. And I won't act like that was a cute thing to do, and I won't ever move on and be like, whatever. No, like, you did something wrong. That's something that I will remember. And there's nothing to do about it. You can't change it. So, like, what? So it's different for everybody. And, I think it's up to you to define what forgiveness is to you, but be honest with yourself. about if you're really being forgiving, or if you even have to be. Like, honestly, like I said before, like, we don't have to. It's such a stupid thing that we're like, it's almost like we're bullied into it, you know? Like, I feel like, I don't know if I want to call it society or whatever it is, but we're almost like bullied into this like narrative about what forgiveness actually is and what it looks like. And no one can really define that, because we're all different people. Everything is so subjective to us. And we all go through different things. We all have different experiences that lead us to the knowledge we have, or to the perspectives we have. So to say forgive people, I don't think is helpful. I think it's more of like, just moving on from the fact that people did some whack shit. No, we don't have to forgive them and be like, oh, unconditional love, we hold space for everybody. No, we don't have to do that either. We can just, again, like I said, you don't have to move through life and just like completely forget about all of it. Things like that ebb and flow. Grief is a long life process for everybody, and everyone experiences it on different levels and in different ways. And I just feel like it's okay to ebb and flow through, a little bit of anger sometimes, or a little bit of sadness about what someone did to you. Even if it's been a few years, sometimes things just come up, We're people. We're not robots. We don't just like, all right, carry on to the next task. That's fine. Like, if anything, that's the only thing AI has above us, is that they don't get held back by emotional circumstances. But anyway, yeah, I just feel like for you guys, there's a issue here with moving on. I don't know if it's necessarily moving on from a person. It's gonna be different for everybody. I could pull more on it, but I feel like in this case, it's more of moving on from what happened to you. Because I feel like what happens to some of us sometimes is that we'll get done dirty by somebody, let's say romantically, right? Someone we were involved with romantically, we get done dirty by them, and it's gotten to a point where like you really can't go back, because it's like too much damage done, like the building has been burned, so to speak, the foundation, if you will. And what was my point of saying that? Oh man. What? Sorry, hold on. All right. So. All right, sorry guys. So what happens is we can understand that we don't want that person back. This is just an example. This might not be the case for all of you. I'm going to pull more on it because I just have a feeling that there's a lot of different scenarios going on here. But what can happen to us sometimes is that we know that person is no good for us, that it's not benefiting us to have them in our life, and we don't feel the way we once felt about them, but we won't be able to let go of them because we're so caught up on trying to make sense of what they did to us and trying to almost, I don't know if it's, sometimes it's deny it, sometimes it's like, it's definitely ruled by ego when we do this, not by our hearts. Because our hearts can still have love for this person, or our hearts can be like, you know what, I want a different person. But our ego sometimes can't let go of like, how did they do that to me? How could they have done that to me? It's almost like this, sometimes lack of closure, sometimes it's just like I guess sort of a denial, like, how dare they treat me like that? Like, what I thought, like, especially when people like turn on us or change on us, sometimes we like really just dwell on the fact that like they really did some messed up shit, and we have to sit here and just like be like, accept that? Like, I get it. That it's like, what do you mean? I feel like we can fall into that trap sometimes, because we're human and that's what happens. But okay, I'm gonna pull more just to get the context of this. What happened here? Obviously, if this hasn't resonated, this isn't for you guys, and maybe watch one of the other piles. Ooh. Oh my god. Awakening oppression. Four of Swords reverse. Yeah, I feel like for some of you, you're holding yourself back. For sure. Temperance. Yeah, there's healing that's needed here. Patience with ourselves. Four of Cups. Yeah. I feel like try not to let yourself get to a place where like you're too detached and you're too like almost aloof about things. Like I said before, we need balance. It's okay to give ourselves a little bit of that wallowing of like, ugh, Jesus, like what? The world is ending for, you know, a good hour, right? Let yourself cry on the floor and kick your feet. It's fine. But then you gotta get up. You gotta make yourself a meal. You gotta, you know, eat yourself some ice cream or something. You gotta make yourself laugh, watch, you know, some stand-up comedy or some TV shows, or I don't know, whatever you do that picks up your vibe. I don't know, crochet something, you know, whatever it is. We need a balance. We need the balance of happy and sad and angry, and, you know, certain things, yeah, there is a need for detachment. Certain times, yes. But there's a balance. If we go through everything detached, everything's gonna build up, and we're gonna lose it about like a damn cheeseburger or something. Like, you know, that's really, like, anyone who knows what I'm saying knows what I'm saying. Because we'll let things build up and then we'll flip out over the smallest thing because we've officially had it. And I just feel like you guys need to really be careful not to let that happen. Not to become too cold, not to treat other people poorly, and like really try to be aware of it. Because I know sometimes when we're in a bad place, it's like we're not really thinking about it, we're not really paying attention, but we can sometimes really project our shitty mood onto other people, and then they perceive us a certain way, even if we're not really that way. We're just going through it, you know. I just feel like there's a need to like there's a time and a place type of thing. Yeah. Let's see, what is it that pile 1 needs to move on from? 2 of Pentacles. Yeah, like I said, there's a need for balance. What is it that they're trying to move on from? Also, if you're stalking that ex online, you better stop it. You let it go. Let it go. If it's meant to be, it'll come back around, but you are in a place where you need to heal. You need to let yourself feel what you feel and what has happened here. That's fine. But we can't sit in an energy that's not letting us move on. Feeling things, even if it's like, you know, in our little emotional tantrums, that helps us move on, you know? Whoa! Almost dropped everything. Queen of Swords, yeah. See, it's fine to have your boundaries. It's fine to be like, you know, matter of fact about things. It's fine to even be sometimes short with people, but with people that deserve it, you know? Oh, look at that. So the person who, you know what I'm getting for some of you too? The person who betrayed you or did something to you, it feels like you're either really mirroring each other or you have taken on their energy and you're behaving like they have. There's something about that. There's something about like having the same energy. It's almost like hurt people type of thing. It feels like you're carrying whatever this person put on you, and then you're spreading it to other people, you know, when you're not at your best. And it's fine. Like, we're not always supposed to be at our best. Like, how real is that? It's not real. That doesn't happen to anybody. But I think there's a need to be, like, very cautious right now about how you interact with other people. And how you even treat yourself, I feel like. Like, don't be harsh with yourself. Don't be like, oh my God, why can't I move on from this? Why can't I let go of this? It's fine. It's okay. Maybe there's something there that's still there because there's something you need to deal with and handle and address. Okay? I'm going to pull some advice cards here. Just see what last minute advice we can get. Because things like this are so nuanced. Like this reading, you know, I can give you advice and I can help you out, you know, for the 20 minutes that you're here. But then, you know, it's ultimately up to you. When you turn off this video, you know, your life is still your life. So, we'll leave you with what we can, right? Strength, power, and endurance, yeah. Definitely a time to be resilient right now. Love, life's purpose. Yeah, give yourself that self-love too. Go buy yourself some flowers. Go get yourself some snacks and watch, like, Tangled or, I don't know. I keep bringing up Disney movies. Release, setting oneself free. Yes. Set yourself free from, you know, the you know, what this person did. Like, and just, you know what? Yeah, they did that. And it was wrong. And it is what it is. You know, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Yeah, I feel like right now is a time for, like, good reflection, safety, freedom from hurt. Yeah, especially if this person hurts you, like, it's definitely better to, you know, handle your emotions in private. Don't go back to this person. Don't let this person manipulate you and try to come back around, or whatever the case might be. Balance, spiritual and physical steadiness. Like, look at that. We ended with balance, and that was, like, the theme of this whole reading. Oh, God. I kept saying that balance is, like, a big theme here. But, that's it for you guys, Pile 1. I hope that this was helpful, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Alright, if you chose Pile 2, the 5 of Swords reverse, this is going to be your reading. Just based off the energy of this card, I do get a sense that there's some sort of maybe uncertainty, depleted energy possibly. We're gonna see what happens. Maybe a lack of resources. Here we go with the chaotic shuffling. Yeah. That wasn't too bad. Chaotic girl. Yeah. Yep, okay. This is what you come here for. Anyway. Alright, let's see what Pile 2 needs to hear at this time. Whoa. King of Wands. Wheel of Fortune. King of Pentacles. Oh, I think this is about love. I think that there's somebody you need to let go of, the King of Wands over here, who's only caused you anxiety and stress. You're supposed to let him go, and let's open ourselves up to as I said, as the Queen of Cups reverse comes out, we're not open. The King of Pentacles, who's waiting in the sidelines to join us. Temperance, huh? Someone who's patient, someone who understands what it means to heal. I think there's a need for us to heal over here. So you could either have two options to choose from, or you could have been involved with someone and then someone else came in the picture, and now you're sort of, you could be going back and forth between them. No judgment here. We love our player girls. It's fine. You know, keep them options open, girl. Or there is someone that is coming, but you need to let go of this one over here to welcome them in. Because this is not a state. The King of Wands, he's not a very reliable person. He's fiery, he's passionate, he's fun, he's confident, he's a good time, but he's more of a firework and not a fireplace. And then we have the King of Pentacles over here that's like, hey, I can give you a home, I can give you the love you deserve, I can pay for you to get your hair done, you know, whatever the case might be. It feels like there's somebody who, it's either possible you're overlooking them, they haven't come in yet, or they've just come in and you're still holding on to this over here and sabotaging this. Let's pull more. What do we need to hear over here for pile 2? Two of Wands. Two of Cups, okay. Yeah, there's a choice for you to make here. The Star, and then underneath it was the Sun. Are you kidding? Girl. Can you guys see that? I just want to make sure. Sorry. Just move it down a tad. All right. That works. Sorry, guys. Okay. Wow. So, damn. Okay. We have 2 Wands, 2 of Cups, the Star, and the Sun. Wow. Whew. Okay. Well, there's definitely a choice here to make between 2 people, like I saw. It's possible for some of you, maybe this is between 2 opportunities, but I'm not getting that too strong. But, you know, take what resonates. I'm definitely getting more about, like, this is about, like, romance here. So this person over here, this person that either has just come in, you're just getting to know, you don't know yet, or you're completely sabotaging it with them. It's gonna be different for everybody. This person can, yeah, I think you might be a little bit surprised how happy this person could make you. And again, we're not going to rely on people for our happiness, but as far as a romantic relationship, you want a happy one. And I feel like this person would be a good partner. There would be some excitement, there'd be playfulness. I feel like they'd put you on a pedestal, especially with the Star here. Like, you would be like their world. Let me pull more here. What's this about? Can we get, actually, can we get, let's see. I'm gonna pull for what we need to do here to move on from the King of Wands. of Swords, reverse. 3 of Swords, 2 of Pentacles. Yeah, look at that. So yeah, it seems like you've gone through some stuff with the King of Wands. Oh, look at that, the Queen of Wands. And that's not to say you and the King of Wands are not good matches. Clearly you are. And we're also not saying that the King of Wands is necessarily a bad person, you know, to each his own, I guess. But I just feel like if we're looking for stability, the King of Wands is not where we're going to find it. And you might already know that about this person because of maybe some experiences you've already had. But there's a need to choose here. And I feel like you need to drop your guard in order to do this. And you can't make this decision based off of pain or hurt or you can't make this from a broken place, this decision. You can't make this from a place where, you know, your trauma shines or your natural bias towards, you know, negative expectations, whatever it's gonna be for everybody. There's a need to make this decision from a level-headed place. And hey, if you're someone who's not really looking to commit with somebody, then you know what? You play them both. No, I'm joking. Well, I mean, do your thing, but you could, you know, if no one's really committing here, then, you know, play your game, do your little thing, have your little fun. But I will say, if you're someone who wants commitment, who actually wants someone who's stable, who's actually going to treat you well, the King of Pentacles is your man. But if you're not in the place where you're ready for that and you need to really be honest with yourself about that, then, you know, I guess keep it up with the King of Wands, you know, things, you know, the future holds many things that we don't know of. So you never know, like, whatever's for us will not miss us, and that's just the truth. So if it's this person, it is. If it's that person, it is. If it's somebody completely else, or if it's nobody, then that's what it is. But I just feel like there is a need to make a decision here. I don't know how to help you with that, though. Again, I think it depends on really where you're at and what it is you want. Which one doesn't match better? Hey, pick your prize. The Lovers, oh wow. Again, that's about making a choice also. Ooh. 6 of Pentacles. What's gonna give to us? Which one is gonna give to us the most? 5 of Pentacles reversed. And the 6 of Wands. Yeah, which one is gonna be the victorious one? Which one is gonna do it for us? Which one isn't gonna hold us back? That decision is up to you. I feel like again, like I said, I think it depends what you're looking for at this moment. And maybe you're not looking for any man. You know, like Rihanna said, like, I'm not looking for a man. Let's start there. We can start there. We can start there, girl. We can. But if you're already entertaining somebody and it hasn't gone anywhere and you're looking for it to go somewhere, move along over here. This is the man for it. Obviously don't carry any baggage into that next relationship if that's the choice you make. But you know what I'm saying. You know, if you're here for a good time and not a long time, go off with the King of Wands. Have your good time. Don't let the King of Pentacles sit back for you when you're not ready. But, you know, if you're kind of sick of the King of Wands shit a little bit, or the King of Wands isn't really giving you what you need, then that's your man over there, King of Pentacles. You know, these are the men we're looking for. And I'm only saying men because they're masculine energies, but, you know, take it however it resonates for you. It's gonna be different for everybody. But yes, also see how like his heart is like lined up, like his heart chakra. It's like he's got something to give, where the King of Wands, like, he ain't even looking at you for real. He's looking everywhere else. Look at this. There's like I just get an unsturdy vibe from this, because he's like, I don't know why I'm getting like this vibe. Like if your head was like spinning so fast. But yeah, I'm gonna pull you guys some advice cards. We'll see what we can get from that. Pile 2. Harmony. Peace and balance. Yes, which one is gonna provide peace and balance? Which relationship will be more harmonious? And the King of Wands, he's not really someone who settles down. He's not really someone who creates a relationship. He's someone who wants to have a good time. Again, good time, not a long time. Grounding, here and now. Yeah, I think you really need to get grounded in order to make this decision. Release what's not serving you. King of Wands, I'm just saying. Joy, who would make you happier? And this, also, I'm not trying to focus this all on this relationship thing. Like, this could all just be about you too. But that was definitely an immediate strong message here. Tribe, who is part of your soul tribe? Which one has the same values? Transformation, radical change, internal shift. Yeah, you could be going through a transformation right now. Success, accomplishment of one's goals. You could be focused on your success right now. Forgiveness. Oh, releasing anger and resentment. Yeah, maybe there's things you need to heal right now too before you do any of this, you know? Before you let anybody in for real. Maybe there's some things to address, okay? All right, pal 2, that is going to be your reading for today. And I will see you guys next time. Bye. All right, pal 3, you have the 10 of Swords here. So there could be a big need for healing, possibly. Maybe there's some things that we're holding on to that aren't serving us. Maybe we've been wronged and betrayed and hurt. I'm gonna see. Chaotic shuffling. This is what you come here for. Yes. Whoa. Yeah, that's, you know, that's what we do here. We do it in the most appealing way, for sure. Okay, that should be good. All right, pal 3. What does pal 3 need to hear right now? Whoa. 7 of Pentacles. So maybe right now you're reassessing. Maybe it's a time of a little bit of quiet, just sitting with yourself. King of Wands. You could be working on creative projects, possibly. Going after your goals. Page of Wands reversed. Okay, I might need clarification for that. Whoa. Chariot reversed. So you could be trying to decide if you should move on from something. Starseed. Oh, I'm getting for some of you, you could have some sort of divine connection to somebody. Eight of Cups reversed as the overall energy. Yeah, so I'm getting for you guys, there's something that you're unable to move on from right now, or you're trying to decipher what to do, if you should move on. It seems to me like you're not moving on right now, like you're kind of still stuck in, like, hold on. Our throat chakras might be a little bit out of use right now for some of you. Hold on. Oh my, okay. All right. So someone could have done you dirty, okay? Someone could have done you wrong. And what I'm getting here is that something happened here. Someone hurt you. Somebody did something. But you have a very strong connection with this person. And you guys could be in separation right now. It's definitely the energy I get. But it feels like we're still holding on to this because there's such a strong connection. This person could have been generous to you. Maybe you could have been generous to that person. The Tower. Yeah, something happened here. Three of Wands reversed. Knight of Pentacles. Maybe this person didn't have enough to offer. Eight of Swords. Trapped. Held back by something. I don't know why when you guys' reading started, I started to get very calm energy. Like almost slow moving, I feel. Oh, this connection could have been slow moving. Nine of Swords, Four of Pentacles, Seven of Cups. Maybe you've been waiting for this person to make a move towards you. You've been stressed about what's next in this situation, if something is gonna happen, if this is over. For some of you, I get either you could have taken this person for granted or they could have taken you for granted. It's gonna be different for you guys, but let me see. Yeah, someone here was cold. Someone here was probably maybe rude, patronizing even. King of Pentacles. Six of Wands. This could be someone who's a little bit successful, or who maybe you saw as successful, or is very concerned about being successful or their financial success right now. Two of Wands. Planning. Justice. Okay. Ten of Cups. What? Oh, I see. Yeah, this person wants to make it right. Serenity. I feel like they're actually a little bit stressed about where you guys stand right now, because it's kind of not the best place. The Empress. Oh, they see you as the Empress. You could have kids possibly. You don't have to though. Six of Cups. Oh, that's children, but that could also be the past. You could have a child with this person, or you could have known this person since you were a kid. Or young, at least. I don't know why I like started to get super like almost drowsy with your guys' reading. It's like something about this energy is like maybe like you feel like that you have nothing left to give with this situation. The Magician. Yeah, I feel like this, the Queen of Swords reversed. You could have said some things to this person that was like, let me just set it straight really quick. You could have told this person how it was and they didn't like it. The Emperor. The Empress and the Emperor? Yeah, you guys could be parents. You guys could have children together or could have had children together. There's definitely a connection here. Maybe they could see you guys having children together. They could have seen you as the mother, father of their children, depending who's watching this. Page of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles reversed. Six of Swords. Yeah, they haven't moved on. They actually want to move towards you. But I feel like they could have some financial stuff going on. Two of Swords. I need to clarify what that is. What's the Two of Swords? And what's the oppression? What's the Two of Swords? What is the Two of Swords about here, Spirit? High Priestess reversed. So they could have not seen this connection for what it was. Could have overlooked you. Or they could have also blindsided you in some way. Ace of Wands for oppression. Can you clarify oppression here? Perspective reversed. And then we have the Ace of Cups. What? I'm so... Hold on. Let me just see what this is about. Okay. So I feel like this person self-sabotaged. They held themselves back. They tried to make it seem as if they were only interested physically, that they were only interested in you in a sexual way, or even possibly for some of you just friend-wise even. But there was these feelings underneath that they weren't tapped into, that they were avoiding. So now what then? So what's the deal here? What's going on with this person? This isn't even supposed to be a love reading, but here we go, guys. 5 of Cups. 9 of Cups reversed. What? They could have walked away. They could have abandoned you. They could have been a bad team player. You could have needed them. They weren't there for you. 7 of Swords reversed. They wouldn't drop their guard. 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, I think they took you for granted. The Star. Because you are the star. They did not treat you like that. Oh, I'm dropping cards. Tell me Page of Cups. This person does have feelings. Just want you to know. In case it wasn't clear. Because they want to play games or whatever the case. I don't know how to help you with this though. I can only give you as much perspective and advice as possible. I feel like with this situation, what is Pile 3's person realizing anything right now? Are they realizing that they kind of were a douche? 5 Wands reversed, they're avoiding conflict. They know they messed up. You wouldn't avoid conflict if you didn't. Yeah, look at that. They have feelings. Queen of Cups. Four Swords reversed. 9 of Cups. The High. Whoa. So yeah, okay. I see. So I think that whatever happened between you and this person has actually taught this person a lot. They could have been very selfish. I think if you walked away here, or even if they did, I think they're realizing that they're realizing what they had, 'cause now it's gone. Haven't we heard this story before? Yeah, I will say, I think they've learned about themselves. They learned from this situation. That doesn't mean they're necessarily, in a better place yet. I could pull a little more, but I feel like they are learning, and you have changed them for the better. Have they realized? What have they realized? What has Pile 3's person realized and learned about themselves? What have they learned? Okay. That doesn't tell me they learned anything. Ace of Swords revert. Okay. Lack of clarity. So I feel like this person is still in a place where they really still need to reflect. Yeah. They're not in a good place, by the way, if that helps even a little bit. 10 of Wands reversed. Yeah, I think that there's a need for space from this person still. I still think that they're in the process of going through all of this. I think they're realizing things now. I think things are just starting to hit them. They're gonna need some time, and depending on if you even want this person back or back in your life at all. I feel like I would just keep my distance right now. Try to heal from what's gone on here. I'm gonna pull a little bit of advice cards. Let this person, do what they have to do right now and handle this how they need to in their own space. Let them go on their own little journey, good or bad. That's their life, Transformation. Look at that. See, there's a transformation happening here. Things are changing. Boundaries. Yes. Oh, for sure. Maintain your boundaries with this person. Healing. Wisdom. Yeah, I'm getting, this is a mirroring energy between the both of you for sure. I feel like you both are gaining wisdom. You both have learned about yourselves. You're both healing. You're both transforming. Could be a little bit of an uncomfortable time. Kindness, love, and action. This person might make a kind gesture towards you. Hope. I think they have hope that you guys will still come back together Intuition, gut feeling, and inner voice. Yeah, I would follow your intuition about this person. I think right now, leave it alone. Let them, you know, handle their own little tower over there because they got a little bit of a mess to clean up within themselves. But I think with you, you know, listen to yourself. Get in touch with yourself. And if this person happens to come back around, really try to be discerning of if it's worthy of your time, if they're being manipulative, if they're trying to pretend they're different and they're not, whatever the case might be for everybody. But yeah, all right, pile 3. That is your reading for what did you need to hear. I hope that you in fact needed that, and I hope it was helpful, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.